Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to EA Tech. Today we are starting a brand new tutorial series on Power BI. I'm really excited. Power BI essentially is a powerful data analysis and business intelligence tool used by many different companies. It's used essentially to understand data and build a beautiful visualization and dashboards. In this tutorial, we're going to deep dive into many different aspects of Power BI. I hope you're going to enjoy it. And so let's get started. So first of all, we need to get our data into Power BI in order to analyze and get insights out of our data. So how can we load our data into Power BI? So the first option is when you open up the Power BI desktop, the Power BI gives you an option directly get your data from Excel or SQL Server, or directly click on get data from another source and you can start looking for different sources that are available on Power BI. So the same option is under home menu under get data. So when you click on get data, the first thing is what you see are commonly used data sources such as Excel workbook, Power BI datasets, and so on. So when you click on more, you see commonly used data sources or the data sources that are available Power BI. So there are files, databases, cloud, online service, and so on. So for this demo, I'm going to try a sample dataset and you can try it as well. So when you click on sample, try a sample dataset on the main page, you can just load sample data and Power BI gives you an option to load some sample financial data set. Now, what we have to do is we have to choose the data set that we want to load. In our case, it is financials. You have to select it in order to load data. I've selected my data and I can directly load my data into Power BI, or before loading the data, I can make some changes on my data. So that changes, I can do it using transform data. I'm going to click on transform data and Power BI opens up a new window which is called Power Query Editor. So Power Query Editor allows me to make some changes before I load the data into Power BI and start making visualizations or dashboards. So what I can do is there are so many options. So at first sight, it might be overwhelmed, but don't get be intimidated. We are going to cover many of the options that are available in my next videos. But in this video, I'm just gonna show you couple of features of Power Query Editor so that we can get the glimpse of this tool and see what it is capable of. I can see that unit sol is in decimal data types. How can I know that it is in decimals? So when you click on the number on the left side of the name of the column, we can that there are different data types. So here you can also change the data types. Unit sols, just a whole number. So I'm going to click at whole number and it immediately applies this change. Now I can see that there are no decimals anymore. And manufacturing price usually is a decimal number. So I'm going to apply a decimal case. So on the right side, we can see that Power Query Editor shows us the applied steps. So whenever we make some changes on our data, we can see the steps that have been taken. So in this data set, there are, let's say, these are the columns, segment, country, product. And to me, at first sight, I want to make my analysis based on small amount of data. So to me, some features or some columns are not that relevant, or at least to my analysis. That's why I'm gonna remove some of the columns. So what you can do is select column and just click on remove columns. So now it has removed segment columns, and on the right side we can that this step has been applied. When I click on X, I can see that the column segment has reappeared. But I don't want to see the segment column, so I remove it. Now I want to remove some columns. Let's say I'm not interested in discount and multiple columns as well. So in this case, I'm gonna remove discount band manufacturing, discount OGS, and month number, name, and your. I'm gonna remove them. Not gonna be them. And I am also only interested in 2014. So I'm also going to leave out 2013 data. Deselect them, click OK, and now 2013 data has been removed. Now Power Query Editor gives many more options. As I said, we are gonna look at Power Query Editor other video in depth. Now we have performed some basic formations on our data, and what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna close and apply the changes. So now RBI is applying the changes to my data. So at first sight, you only see on the right side the data panel, and open up the drop down financials and see the columns that we have selected, and this summation symbol. And on the left side, we can see three different views. So the first one is report view. That's the that we are where we are going to build our dashboards. Second one is a table view. A table view is where we see our data in a table format. And the last one is the model view. If we have data from many different sources, this is the place where we can join them and where we can build the relationships. So that's our first step into Power BI, where we were able to put our data and we're able to transform our data, or we can load it into Power BI. So if you liked it, please like and subscribe, and see you in the next video.